This interview is being conducted for The Journey, personal testimonies of Africans living and working in Scotland. This is an oral history project. My name is Dr. Sue Morrison and the respondent is Giscard.
Yes.
This is June 2022 and the interview is taking place at John Charity Studio, which is in Mulgai. Thank you very much for agreeing to be this project.
Thank you.
For the record, would you please confirm your full name?
Yeah, my full name is Giscard Kuimi.
Thank you. Where were you born?
I was born in Cameroon.
Thank you. Would you tell me a wee bit about that?
Cameroon is an African country and we're based in Central Africa. And we have neighbors like Nigeria, Gabon, Chad, and Central Africa. Cameroon is a bilingual country. There's 8 big cities speak French and 2 big cities speak English. Cameroon have a very mutual culture country. We have people in Douala who speak Sawa. We have people in West Cameroon who speak Majimba. We have people in North who speak Galilei. Thank you.
Would you tell me about your family?
Yes, my family is here in Cameroon. My mom, my sister, they stay in Cameroon. Thank you.
Thank you. When did you come to Scotland?
I came to Scotland in 2008.
2008, thank you. Could you tell me why you came to Scotland?
I came in Scotland due to a political issue.
Okay, thank you. What did you do when you first arrived in Scotland?
When I first arrived in Scotland, I started integrate myself. I started going and have a chat with some Scottish communities group, and I started getting myself involved with different colleges to learn how to improve my English. So now I see that I'm doing well and the life is, my education life is a little better than the first day I came to Scotland. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you. What were your first impressions of Scotland?
My first impression in Scotland is Scotland is a very social place. It's what I found here in Scotland. It's a very social place, and I can say that Scotland is a place to live. It's a good place to live, and for me, I say that Scotland, every day I can see the lot of improvement from the Scottish government, and I'm so happy to see that. And I see the way Scottish government support minority group. I can say that that's good. But I know that they don't have a lot of power, but the little they have to support a minority group, I'm so impressed for that. I'm so happy for that. Thank you.
What kind of support do you think is good?
The kind of support I think is good is just taking the example, like some asylum seeker and refugee, they can attend university. That's something, based on that, that's something I find it very interesting and find very good for their education. That's one type of support I find very good. And the other type of support I find very good is the treatment, how even some asylum seeker and refugees are facing some sort of integration. I see the way they Scottish government react to support them. And I'm so impressed and I'm so happy for that. That's why I see that Scotland is a place to live, is a place to be. Thank you.
Thank you. What do you think are the issues affecting migrants, people who have come here from other countries?
I think maybe the issue affect migrants is to their well-being, because they have a sort of barrier, and the barrier sometimes maybe racism, maybe discrimination, maybe not allowed to go for further education, which I found the Scottish, the reaction or the way the Scottish government are dealing with all this issue, I find it very good and I find it very impressive. Thank you.
Do you think migrants face much discrimination in Scotland?
For me, I think it's maybe like everywhere. I can say that for some part of England, for some part of Scotland, I can say that there's some part you need more improvement than some part. Like I'm just taking an example. There's some area you need more improvement than other area, and it's very important to have a diversity, a community, and inclusion. And I'm very happy as well because that was in 2014 or 2015 when I met, when I have the opportunity to heard to the Deputy First Minister Nicola Sturgeon, and I put all these questions, so that it will be good to look at how maybe BME they can get more involved in different sector, like police sector, like home office immigration sector, like a fire intervention sector, and NHS sector. But I can say today that things are getting better because we can see one of the black lady who is a rector of the University of Edinburgh. Which I find it very good. I can say that things are getting better. That's why I say that I love Scotland. Thank you.
What do you miss about Africa?
I know that when you grow up somewhere, you may miss a lot of that family relation, because a family is like a part of your blood, it's like a part of your body. But to be away or to go away from them, you miss them sometimes. But you don't have any choice because you are abroad and you have to live where you are. You have to create a new family. You have to be with new people and interact with new people and make where you are your new place, your new family. Thank you.
When you arrived in Scotland, did you work? Well, after the period, did you work?
Now, when I arrived in Scotland, my priority was not to work. My priority was to start study first. And because I was believing myself that study will help me to go through a lot of, will improve my life standing, and which I did, because I registered myself with different colleges, and after that I have a chance to go further and attend university, which I say that I'm so happy to be in that level. Thank you.
You are very much involved with voluntary organisations and community organisations. Could you tell me about your work there?
Yes, through my university academy. I'm very involved with different voluntary organizations because through my university academic, because I'm doing community development, and through that, I'm very involved with different local organizations like Government Community Project. I'm involved as well with Africa Futures. I'm involved with a lot of different local organizations. And as well, all this is to see how I can improve people's life. I can improve people's life in Scotland, which I find it very interesting because it's like my passion. And when you have a passion to something and you go for it, you put all your energy or you put all your heart to the thing to be successful. And I can say today that things are moving on because I see the way the change is getting better. Things are getting better, which I'm very impressed for that. Thank you.
I don't know anything about African Futures. Would you tell me about the organisation, please?
Yeah, Africa Future is a community organization. We work to improve African people life in Scotland. And we allow, based on the research or based on the survey we receive from the community's member. And based on that, we try to raise awareness in collaboration with MPs, MSPs, the Police Scotland, to see how maybe we can improve the black people life standing in Scotland. And I think maybe things are getting better because based on what we previously did, we can say that we can be proud to say that a lot of people, they find themselves in the better position, like maybe example, go for further education, study at the university level, which we say that is our work, and we are so happy for that. Thank you.
What kind of activities are you involved with different communities?
Yes, we are. Look like now we are involved with different activities like campaigning. Just take an example, like when I say that we try to raise awareness, like we are organizing soon the discussion for people who seek sanctuary in Scotland, people who are refugee and asylum seeker. We are organizing a scholarship event, and the discussion will be based on how asylum seeker and refugee they can have or they can obtain scholarship from different university and colleges. And we already invite different MPs who accept to be in our event, and we invite as well a different university who accept to be in our event, and the Police Scotland as well, they accept to be in our event. So it's one of our activity, and sometimes we do like Christmas, we try to give our kid some sort of gift to make their Christmas more sweet, more smile Christmas, and more happy Christmas. And sometimes we had like award ceremony, and that award ceremony is because the Africa Futures work with a different university. We try to sometimes ask different university to send us like 5 names of graduate students who had a good grade, and we organized like one day and that one day different MPs in Glasgow will just come and give them an award to congratulate them to their hard work. And we are so happy, so proud to organize things like that, because that makes us feel that, oh, things they are moving on. People from ethnic minority, they can do more, they can work more, and they can gain more things in this country, like all different nationality. And we are so proud for that, for this diversity, inclusion we are working on. Thank you.
Which African nationalities do you actually work with?
We work with different nationality. We work with Namibia nationality, Cameroon nationality, Ivory Coast nationality, Congolese nationality. We work with different nationality in Africa, and we are so proud. We are any of our meeting, we have a different nationality to attend our meeting. Thank you.
Do you find it easy to bring these different nationalities together?
I know that there's one thing we always put in the table is we are one. And it's not easy. We know that it's not easy because based on different culture, we know that it's not absolutely easy, but if we have all one goal, our goal is integration and inclusion, we will succeed. Because if you have all one goal, everything should be okay, everything will succeed.
Is religion a barrier at all?
Yeah, it's even you are all Christian, they can attend our. We Muslim, you can attend our, but we need to respect each other. That's the only thing we want. You respect the person you are doing a meeting with, and the person you are doing a meeting respect you as well. That's all the things we want to move on with our meeting.
Would you say that in Scotland, excuse me, particularly around Glasgow and the Central Belt, would you say that the African nations, the different African nations, are integrated?
I can say it now. I think maybe things are getting very better, because when I came in Scotland, it was not like this. Because you can see now different doctor from any minority, which I know. You can see different young or different teenager. They are very graduated in Scotland. You can see different, even the police who they are from any minority, which I say that things they are getting better. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
So you think that perhaps the more Africans that come here from different countries, the easier it will be to integrate? Yeah, am I picking you up right?
Yes, I think maybe, yes, it's easy to get integrated here. And we still have more improvement, but it's easy to get integrated.
Do you see any issues with second generation Africans perhaps not having the same traditions as their parents?
The second generation, I think maybe it's we adult, we have to direct them. And to direct them, we need to show them which way is good for even for their future, or even for their academic. We have that duty to direct them. And it's what we try to do, even with the Africa Futures, to see how maybe we can improve African people life, or how maybe even this teenager, because even all our event, we try to invite all these teenagers to come and hear, to come and see what is good for them, what is more better for their future. Thank you.
Thank you. What would you like to see happen with Africans in Scotland in the coming years?
What I want to see happen is to get more integrated as they come. That first thing, and I can say as well that to the Scottish government as well, to give us more chance as well to integrate more. That would be more benefit for us, and that would be more benefit even as well for Scotland. The diversity country is, the diversity, the economy can grow quick. I'm just taking an example. When you see like in America, you see the America is powerful today because it's a diversity community, and that help a lot. So that's only what I can say is to Scottish government to try to help any minority to go to help any minority and to get involved, or to help them more involved or more integrate in Scotland. Thank you.
What do you think are the challenges to achieving that aim?
The challenge is sometimes maybe financial as well. Because when I say that financial is because it's not us to make a decision. We can just see how we can pressure politicians to change the policy, or maybe to improve the policy. While we know that the challenge may be the financial support, but we wish the Scottish government, like the way they are doing their best, they will give us more, or they will help us more to support the integration.
Do you think there are enough support networks for new migrants coming to Scotland?
They are not a lot, but we know that the Scottish government, they are trying their best. They are trying their best, and we know that's a big issue, because that this help may it's not just one person decide about it. It's a policy they put in place, and that policy all maybe the parliament have to look at. But I think maybe they are doing their best, but you still have more to go for.
What are your hopes for the future of Africans and Scots together?
My hope is to see African people, African community to become more integrated, and to have like a high profile position as well in Scotland. That will be my hope, and based on that, I will relate it to the previous election, the council election, which has shows a lot of BME background put themselves like a candidate. I was so happy to see that. Means that there's the improvement, and I was so happy to see that. And I wish there will be more for the future election.
What would you like Glasgow Futures to, Africa Futures to tackle in the future?
Our tackle, like the way I said, is maybe more integration, and to reduce a little bit discrimination. We know that discrimination is a complex issue, because complex, when I say that complex issue, is until someone face it. By that, the person will say that, oh, I have been discriminated. But we know that the discrimination exists in Scotland, but we still fighting for that. We still try all our best to reduce it, or to see how maybe we can say not discrimination in Scotland. Thank you.
Some people that I've interviewed would like to see more prominent African events and activities that are seen by Scots as well as by Africans. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Exactly, is what I think maybe as well that is very important, even between even African people, when maybe they are organizing the different event, to invite the Scottish community. That will help as well to reduce a little bit discrimination, or to reduce a little bit racism. That's my thought. And which we from Africa Future, we try all our best to do it. Every time when we organize our event, we try to invite the Scottish to come and join us, and things like that. And I wish as well you, Dr. Sue, after the interview, I will give you one leaflet, maybe if you have a time to come and join us. Thank you.
I would love that, thank you very much.
Thank you.
How is Africa Futures funded?
We have sometimes like a donation. It's based on different the topic, and sometimes we work with the Scottish Refugee Council, who help us as well. It's like that we survive, and sometimes like even our members them, they can help us with some small amount to survive.
There are loads of challenges for funding and loads of competitive aims for funding, lots of them very laudable. However, do you think that you have access to enough funding to achieve what you want to do?
We have some sort of but like the way sometimes we see this in the voluntary basic we work. Sometimes like we have so that accessibility, but practically to realize the project, some of us we are busy with education, so sometimes make things very hard for us, but we have that access. Thank you.
I think that's all of my questions. Is there anything you would like to add?
No, I think maybe that was okay, that was fine, and I'm happy maybe to be here and say what is good for African people and what need to be improved. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.